Hello everyone, odedex here, and welcome to another episode of my SMP play. Unfortunately, not many people online. Actually, Sarge is. He's the creator of the MCP. But he's not on TeamSpeak, and neither am I, so this is going to be quite a quiet episode. Again, unfortunately, because of time zone differences. As you can see, I've made a couple of changes to my sorting room here. I've upgraded to 4 filters instead of 2. And I've inserted a transformer upgrade and overclock upgrade in some of them, but this is not enough. So there are a couple of things I want to get doing today. As you can see, I also upgraded to the new railcraft tanks to store all my fuel cans. And this tank, which is 3 by 3 by 4, can hold 576 buckets. So, and that's equivalent to the Buildcraft tanks, so don't worry about balance or anything. This is fine. It's not too powerful or too weak. It's basically just the same, but looks a little bit different. So what I want to get doing today is a couple of things. First, I want to start setting up a remote control for me to set up my frame quarry to start running. So I've actually already prepared my my system for doing so. I'm gonna use 2 ender chests, couple of ore gates, red alloy wire, and cobblestone structure pipes. And you're gonna see why in just a second. I'm also going to use a teleport tether. I'm not sure if this works, if it will have what I need it to do. If it won't, I'll simply gonna create another chicken chunk loader. So it will have to do for now. And also, I'm going to need a repeater, a red power repeater, which I actually forgot to make, so I'm going to make it very quickly here. Alright, do I have the materials? I think I might, yeah, I just have them. Alright, so let's go. I'm gonna go to my original spot for the frame quarry, and I'm gonna be placing the energist here and the cobblestone structure pipe here and the golden end gate on it, golden ore gate. And if any item is in the inventory, send out a redstone signal, which will actually, I need a pulse former, not a repeater. Right, I'm gonna get one quickly and be right back. Alright, so I went ahead and made a pulse former. So what I'm gonna do, I'm still gonna use the repeater, but I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. I'm gonna remove this button here, place the repeater and set it off on 1, 2, 3, that's actually 4, 5. And set the pulse former here. I'm gonna remove this and this, and I'm gonna place some redstone wire here and here, move this, and I will need some way to separate between those, I think. Yeah, I will. Alright, let me get some strips or covers, be right back. Alright, so I got myself some glass covers to work with. So I'm going to place it right here. It's exactly what I need. This will go here. And I'm going to place this redstone because I'm not exactly sure if this red alloy wire will work with the Buildcraft gate, but I'm about to find out. So if the inventory has an item, set out a redstone signal. And if I'm gonna place any item in here, for instance this button, this happens. And my machine should start working. And as you can see, it's moving over there. When it's disappearing for a second and appearing back again, it means it's moving. This is simply how Minecraft renders movement for frames on the servers with lag, and when you're far away from them, this is simply the way it looks. It disappears and come back again. So this is working, and now when I'm taking the item out, like so, stops working. Awesome. And why this is so awesome is because when I'm gonna be placing this chest right here next to my quarry, right now I'm still getting items because I was getting a large flow of items from the second it was working. But when it's going to stop, you will be able to see that once I'm placing anything here, doesn't really matter if it's this button or whatever item, I'm gonna start getting items again. So I'm gonna wait for this to empty for a second so I can show you guys. Alright, so still got some flowing stuff in my tubes, but I finished sorting them. So whenever I place any item in here from my base, I don't have to go back to the frame world, to the frame quarry world again. Just place the button here again, so the chest has an item in it, and any second now I should start getting items. Oh, I forgot to place the teleporter there. Yep, there is my first test. Actually check that I do have to force load this chunk. And I'm gonna check if actually using this chunk loader and not the chicken chunk will do the job. Let's find out. Let's see. Get rid of this cobblestone. Oh, I'm full. Yep, getting items. So, there you go. That's a physical lever for me, physical on and off switch to turn the machine on and off whenever required. Awesome. So the next thing I want to get to be doing today is, as you can see, I only have 2 overclocker upgrades in all of those macerators. So this one has 3, I think this one does as well, but my furnaces have only 1, and this is quite bad. This is very bad actually, because I'm generating so much ores. I don't really care about the cheap stuff like cobblestone and dirt, but I'm generating so much ores that at some point even 5 macerators running is not enough. I have to get overclockers for them. And this is the first time where I'm gonna need actually a mass amount of rubber, because I'm gonna start creating other stuff as well. And so far I've been manually harvesting rubber every time I needed it. So I think that's officially a good point for me to start getting it mass created. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to organize my inventory a bit, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so my plan here is very simple actually. Since the version we're using on forestry on this server, there is no actual rubber farm. You actually have to use the same farm you use for normal trees, the arboretum and the logger, to get rubber trees, but simply replace them with rubber tree saplings. I'm going to do just that, and I don't want to actually replace my wood farm. I want to keep it. I don't want to like keep changing over between if I'm farming normal wood or the rubber wood. And even though, as you can see, I have a large quantity of wood right now, I rather keep it this way, where I have the 2 separate farms and I'm turning them on and off whenever I want to. And it's more convenient for me to have those 2 farms, simply the way it is. I don't have a problem with peat or humus, that's not an issue. So let's get started. I'm gonna need a logger and an arboretum. I have made those before, but this was quite a long time ago. I don't exactly recall. Let's see, for both of them I'm gonna need a sturdy casing, not a machine. Oh, it was changed, I guess. There is a new version. I also like the new versions they're adding for forestry, where you can have any sort of combination between the different ingots, between either red power ingots or industrial craft ingots or whatever ingots. They're all will do the same. Like there's cross recipes, and this is very awesome. I mean, I love it so much. So I need the logger which needs diamondite electron tubes, and the arboretum, which requires the golden ones. So I don't exactly recall the recipes. Let's see, let's turn this machine on. I think it was something like this. No. Or was it the other way around? Like redstone and tin? No, what was the recipe? Gold. Alright. But for diamond. Oh, so I guess I just can't see the recipe until I have this glass thingy, I guess. I guess so. Alright. And in the meantime, while I'm waiting for this to heat up, I am also going to need those small circuit boards. So that's redstone and tin. Let's see, redstone and tin. Still have the whatever the machine is called, I forgot the name, outside here. And I see a creeper. He's stuck, so should be fine. Why am I getting... Alright. For some reason, I have a problem with the way this machine works. I don't like it that you have to turn it on and off, and there is like only one slot for an item, and they don't stack. I don't know. Not a big fan. Alright, so we got two of them. I can turn this off. Let's see if my fabricator finished heating up this glass thingy. Yep, alright, so I got the diamondite electron tubes, and I'm going to need the golden electron tubes. Awesome. Can turn this off. And actually, you know what, I'm gonna keep this on because I think for the rubber, or not rubber, how is it called? Resin? Forester? No, there was a name for this, the machine that extracted rubber. Let me see for a second. Oh, there you go, a tree tap. Basically a machine that gives you the option to harvest the rubber spots from trees automatically. So there is still some sort of rubber tree recognition on the farm, but then again, it's a small part and not necessary, but it's very handy to have it. So, you know me, why not? Let's get 4 tree taps. Set them up like this, get some glass, and a tree tap. Awesome. Let's set up the rest of the machines as well. So I need an arboretum. Alright. 2 sturdy machines. And the diamondite for the logger. And this for the arboretum. Awesome. Got everything I need, I believe. Let's get some... Let's see. I'm doing this like I'm always comparing it to my normal tree farm. So I have some sort of comparison on how I did it in if I want to improve or use the same design. So I basically used, I got 2 pit engines here with gates automatically checking whether or not there is actual humus in the farm, so I don't waste any peat if it's unnecessary. And I'm taking peat out of an ender chest with a filter and some awesomely complicated piping system here. I think I'm gonna go for quite the same design. I'm gonna be placing it right here. Don't have to go too far, or to here somewhere. Yeah, here looks awesome. Alright, let's first eat something before I starve here. Alright, so let's have... Not exactly sure on the item outputs just yet, so I'm gonna go for something random. Like 1, 2, 3. And I'm gonna get some power pipes and get some power teleported from my combustion engines to kickstart it. And I'm also going to need some tree saplings. Some rubber tree saplings, and let's get some hummus in here. 32. Get a nice amount of this. So I have a good amount to kickstart the machine with. Unfortunately, I only have 20 rubber tree saplings. Not ideal, but okay, I guess. So 1 power conductive pipe, 1 power teleport pipe. I should have one somewhere around here. Alright, I'm just gonna make a new one. Don't have much of a problem of resources anymore with this resource generation that I've got going on. Just need to start processing it, and I shouldn't have any problem at all. Alright, so I should have turned it on. Let's create a quick entrance here and turn it on. And this is just an OR gate, an AND gate that checks if both the lever is on and the tank is full. This is a very simple and quick access point for me to turn off and on the combustion engines manually without adding any type of wire and more gates, more conditional. This is very simple actually. Nothing too complicated here. And I'm generating power on power teleport pipe 0. The teleport pipes are somewhat bugged, but if you don't overcomplicate it, it actually works just fine. The problem with them is that every time you log in and out, they're reset. And as you can see, I've got some seriously weird power connection here, but there we go. Or actually, you know what? I don't know. This is very odd. Maybe just visually change this to frequency 0, but in actual fact it's still frequency 1, which I set it to. Oh, now it's changed. I don't know. Anyway, teleport pipes are quite buggy in this version, and to be honest, I don't think that the Stormbringer, which is the developer of this mod, should bother too much, at least with this version, because stuff is working. And I think I can disable this for now. It's sucking up power, it shouldn't. I'd rather invest the power generated to actually set up the farm. Alright, so it started taking out this stuff around. So let's see, how did I set up my stuff here? So out of the logger, I don't need to pipe out anything. And stuff comes out automatically. Some would say automagically. If I'm not mistaken, saplings will go from the top, and so are apples from the logger. And I don't exactly recall, but I think some stuff also come from this side. Just gonna do the same setup here. So using a relay in case because this is the main sorting chest, I added a relay here. So I have just a small buffer because I'm using Buildcraft pipes. The chances for the buffer to fill up and not be able to empty out are quite slim. So this is better for me. Right, so I'm pretty much going to replicate this design over there. So I'm going to see you guys when it's completed. Alright, so as you can see, but actually in the middle here, and actually trees started growing, and my tree logger should be farming them. So I'm gonna try and finish this quicker. So I'm gonna set up, again, quite similar to the my design over there. I think I'm just noticing that if the sand is coming out of here, there may be some useless pipes here. I don't know. There could be. You know what? I don't know, but I'm gonna go for the same, roughly the same design because it works. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of tree already. So I'm gonna send it all here. And this here. So all the rubber wood should come out of here. Whatever tree saplings that come out go into here automatically. Sand should come out of here or here, actually, I don't know. And everything should end up in my sorting chest. Right now the rubber wood's probably gonna be sorted into the unknown chest. This will be taken care of, obviously. So I'm also going to set up this machine. I'm not exactly sure how it operates. From what I understand, it will simply harvest the rubber spots and drop the thing on the ground, and this logger should be able to collect them. Just like they were apples or something else. I don't know if this is true, because I never used this before, but we'll sure find out. Let's also set up the system for using the pit-fired engines, because I'm not going to use the combustion engine method all the time. Set up transpose filter into my pit chest and set up a timer. Let's do every 5 seconds, and also I will need the same, or pretty much the same gate setup that I have in my normal tree farm. So let's get 2 OR gates, golden OR gates, and some wire. I'm doing this every time where I'm getting both 2 gates and 2 wires, and I might be able to do it with 1 gate, but I simply prefer it this way. It feels right, than simply like placing the wooden pipe right here and extracting and doing this. Like, I don't know, it simply feels odd. And is this working right? Can I actually do this? It looks weird. I don't know. Does this work? Can I because it's like this the wooden pipe is facing like this engine. I don't know, it should be working. Alright. So let's get some hums to have something to work with. I'm gonna have 2 gates here, 2 red pipe wires. So I'm gonna check if the inventory has hummus in it. Send a red pipe signal, and if there is a red pipe signal on, turn redstone signal on. And this will keep my engines full of peat. Running this every 5 seconds. How fast am I running this one? Every 10. Yeah, I'm gonna go for every 10 as well. Not burning 1 peat. Like, I'm even using 2 engines. I doubt they both of them burn than more than one every 10 seconds. Alright, so you slowly should be expanding towards getting more more tree saplings and eventually more rubber wood. Now you may be asking yourselves, why am I using both the extractor and then I'm harvesting the wood? The thing is, when you use the extractor tree tap thingy, you are exhausting the rubber spots. Oh, there it goes. Works like this. Fine. Awesome. Now that I've extracted the rubber spot, it basically exhausted the spot. It won't regenerate like when you're using a normal tree tap on a rubber spot. It won't ever return. So there is no much point in beyond the first extraction. I mean, you extract it once, and there it is. There's nothing to do with the tree other than cut it down and use the logs to extract some more rubber out of them. Alright, so far I'm getting all my rubber wood and sticky resin in here because it's getting into this chest, my general sorting chest, and because it's not filtered, it all goes into the unknown chest. So the next step is gonna be starting to set up a proper processing for their sticky resin, and I'm figuring out a way how I want to do this. Basically, no matter if I'm getting rubber wood or sticky resin, they're both gonna need to go into an extractor. There is no difference between rubber wood and sticky resin. Basically, the result is different because you get 3 times more out of resin than of rubber wood, but the intention is the same. So I think I may simply just get a filter right here that will be able to handle sticky resin and rubber wood, and I'm gonna test if it works. Let's get samples. It should work without any problem, but you know, as most stuff probably won't work, at least not in the first go. So I'm gonna rotate this around. It doesn't need any redstone signal, simply letting, if any sticky resin or rubber tree log passes through here, it will recognize them as a possible items that can flow through them. And as far as the rubber wood and the sticky resin are concerned, this is a closer inventory to go to. So it will rather prefer going over here into this other than going all the way over there. Just want to make sure it works as I want it to. Yep, and there we go. And any other items won't flow through because they're not eligible to go through it. It's different items won't go through the filter, obviously. Alright, so now I want to set up, I think I'm gonna go with one extractor with a lot of overclockers and a hopper. I've used hopper here, but I've never actually used hopper in an automated system before, so I'm gonna make one quickly. It's a very handy thing. So let's create 5 iron ingots, and I'm gonna need 1 gear, and I'm going to need a stone gear. Let's get a stack of cobblestone in here. And a chest. It should look like this. Hopper. And let's get an extractor. 4 tree taps, electronic circuit, and a machine block. Do I have any of them? Nope. Alright, let's create new. Got exactly 6 copper cables. That's nice. Need 1 more and some redstone. So 1, 2, 1, and got the circuit, machine block, Now I need 4 treetops, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And we got ourselves an extractor. Now in addition, I'm also going to need a transformer upgrade, because I'm planning to connect it directly to the same line. So temporarily, I'm gonna cut off the furthest away transformer electric furnace to take out the transformer upgrade. Otherwise, it will explode because it's getting at the moment medium voltage. And also, my plan is, of course, to get an MFSU here, upgrade from an MFE, and some proper solar arrays on my ceiling at some point, but not just yet, unfortunately. Alright, so I'm gonna go directly in here into an extractor. Let's see, how do I want to get the power in here? I hate sand. I just built my house in sand and it killed me. Right, I'm gonna need to charge this and also get some more fiber cables. I got just 6. Is it enough? We're about to find out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, exactly enough. And of course, I'm going to first have a transformer upgrade inside it because I don't want any fancy explosions in here. This will have to move. And I'm gonna do small tubing system here, a little ugly, but gets the job done. And I want to see how automatically everything is being transported here. So let's insert back here the sticky resin and the rubber wood. And I want to see how everything flows in here. There we go. So because right now I need rubber more than I'm sorting, I'm gonna take all the overclocker upgrades from here and have about 10. 9 should be enough to make this go a lot faster. And now replace all the rubber back in my inventory. So I want another filter. Yep, I want another filter. Oh, apparently an MFE cannot supply enough energy to keep up with 9 overclockers, but it can with 8. Alright, so 8 it is for now, until I get a proper MFSU. So I can replace this here. You know what, I won't place this here because it will remind me more easily that something is wrong with this electric furnace. I don't want to accidentally connect it with wire before I have the necessary... Talking and doing stuff at the same time is hard. The necessary transformer upgrade, because I don't want any fancy explosions just yet. Alright, so I want to basically send it back here, back into my system, and into, right now I think, yeah, I've yet to connect my mod stuff chest. It doesn't have a color, but I don't think I have a new color that I haven't used yet. Or do I? Did I use magenta? Because I do have magenta. No, I didn't. Awesome, I can use magenta. So nothing goes into this pipe except for what I need to. So I got my magenta. Actually, where did I use magenta? I used it in my basement. My basement storage unit. Alright, so magenta for mod stuff. And into mod stuff, I'm gonna get a filter. And I'm going to need another timer which I don't think I have the required materials for, but I can just get new ones, no problem. Alright, so let's get a timer. Which will, where do I want it? I want to connect it into this tubing system, but I want to keep it as clean as I can. Alright, so I'm gonna place it something like this. This will filter out rubber and into a magenta color. Back in here. Oh, this is too ugly. I'm gonna go behind. It's gonna take like a slightly longer route than it should, but at least it will be cleaner. Alright, and I'm gonna remove some of this sand stuff and get my timer in here. Let's see. Also, I'm actually gonna start pulling 10 at a time. Alright, and magenta line goes into here. Awesome. Generating rubber. Alright, now I'm just actually interested, why am I not making sure there are no creepers around? I don't want any explosions. Why am I barely generating stuff here? You know what, let's get some lighting, maybe it's the reason. It could very well be the reason, actually. Trees need light to grow. Oh, there you go. The moment I got light, a tree grew. And you can maybe see it in real time when this should tick and the tree, the rubber should be sucked out. But we don't see it, unfortunately. Or maybe that was the thing that ticked and that's a visual bug. That could be it, actually. There are some confirmed visual bugs in SMP with industrial craft, so that actually that spot that you still see here was that rubber that was floating and it was taken care of, but you still see the spot where it's not here. Alright, so I should start generate automated rubber. And I want to make sure. I remember leaving 5 rubber before I left and 10 in the chest. Let's see how much I have now. Still 10. Anything in the tubes? Not yet. Is there any difference here? Oh, there you go. Just got some rubber wood in here. Getting in. Getting extracted. And taken care of. You know what, I'm gonna extract 1 at a time. Every time there is a rubber... No, 1 at a time is too low. Go for 5 at a time. Because if it's overloaded, and since I'm only taking once every 2 seconds, it might be a slight problem to take either too much or too low. So this should be fine. Alright, awesome. So I got pretty much everything I wanted to do in this episode. Got my physical turning off and on for my frame quarry and setting up a rubber farm. And next time I'm gonna start creating a bunch of overclock upgrades from all those nifty coolant cells that I've been generating over time. And as you can see, there is a serious amount here. extracting all of them just to get some proper overclock on all of this and starting on my frame quarry properly. Alright, so thank you guys and see you guys next time.